Hello everyone, this is Dudeicle, and welcome back to another game of TripleA. TripleA, of course, being the free download of the digital version of Axis&Allies. Axis&Allies being one of my favorite games in the world. Today we're going to play a Europe map, 1940 2nd edition. And we're going to be playing as the Allies. As you can see here, I have it set up, and the map options, all default, but with no tech development. Let's see how this goes. Oh, turn 1 war. Really? That's really ballsy. Alright, they're moving off Scotland. They're moving into the British Isles. Of course, they're attacking France. What are they sending there? Oh no, this is Scotland, sorry. Ooh, yeah, definitely scramble that. They didn't send enough. And down there, none. Off the scope. Oh, that's not. Oh, nice. Oh, they did not send enough. Did they retreat? Yeah. No, they didn't. They sunk me. Sorry. British select 1 casualty. Yeah. Take a hit. 7 casualties. Ooh, not a lot of luck for the Allies in this first turn. That's all right. I'm very surprised that they were, well, they lost 2 airplanes up in the north there off of Scotland. Now that matters. I think that was worth it. Sure, I guess I'll declare war on everybody. No true neutrals, of course. But we're at war immediately. This is so strange. The computer is so aggressive sometimes. Done with politics. Let's go ahead and, oh, this is very nice. I think they updated this since the last time I played. Let's get 8 men in our artillery. Done. And then let's go ahead and move back, because I just think it's a good idea. Okay, this is all non-combat I'm doing, right? So, oh wait, nope, I will definitely attack those ships. Silly Germans. Alright, the rest is non-combat. Remain, yes. Sink them both. Beautiful. Alright, now non-combat, we're going to go into Persia, of course. Now we're going to send the airplanes down as well, because we need to take Iraq and Persia. And we're going to move our forces primarily south, I believe. Well, now, then again, they did just lose. They did just lose their fleet. So I think it might be a good idea to threaten Scandinavia. I think it's unlikely that they're going to build any more ships, but you never know. The computer gets a little crazy sometimes. It does crazy things. So I think that's good for now. Done. Let's go ahead and put the artillery up there. Men, of course, and the rest of them there. Good. The Americans. Now, I've thought about this. Alright, I'm going to get a harbor and 6 submarines. 3 submarines. I lied. Wait. I don't have my war money. That's the problem. $35. Oh, I was thinking of the global version. I was thinking of global when I was thinking about that purchase. Very interesting. Did not consider that. Maybe I should have. Well, we're at war now, so Ooh, interesting. I didn't consider that either. I still cannot move out of my territories, because while Germany has declared war on the Soviet Union, it has not declared war on America. So then that's it for the Americans. We're gonna go ahead and just get right back off the boat there. And let's put a naval yard in Central America and subs off the coast of New York. So there's 2 strategies that I'd like to try in this game that I don't usually try. The British will not declare war on the true neutrals. That's a bad idea. And we're going to go for a African strategy with the British. Yep, that looks good to me. 2 fast attacks. And up in the north, I didn't keep any of my fleet. So I'm not going to get too crazy up here. I'll probably just get like $12. I'll get another destroyer. Yeah, for over there. And I'll just save that $4. Now that bomber is definitely going to go bomb the factory in Western Germany. Gonna march these 2 guys down. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sink this fleet. Move everything over. We're gonna sink that as well. We're gonna pick up a man and a tank, and we're gonna go south and drop them in Ethiopia. Bring the mechanized from Egypt and bring the man from Anglo-Egyptian. We're gonna bring the destroyer up to meet them. This guy's gonna start walking over on non-combat. Move him over. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far. These 2 are gonna walk over, get ready to get on the transports next turn. I did have one there. He's gonna go sink that submarine. Hopefully the submarine doesn't get cheeky and shoot me down. Alright. Done. Yes, yep. Alright, did not get shot down. 6 damage. You know, this is as good as you can expect. 96. Ooh, lucky destroyer. Lucky destroyer. Alright, nice. Ooh, yeah, definitely remain. Oh my god, this is bloody. Oh, yes. That was bloody, but it's okay. Alright, now in non-combat, we're going to be landing back in the United Kingdom. This guy's going to be landing on the aircraft carrier. And everyone else is just going to hang out, I think. Oh no, he's going to come back, of course. Alright. Well, that's going to get transport and 2 fast attacks. And we're going to put a destroyer over there. Beautiful. I think we're already looking pretty strong. So Italians are gonna go clean up the Med. Pretty natural, pretty normal, no big deal. They're gonna go after Tunisia. I do think the Italian fleet is out of position there. I might be able to strike them. I'm not sure with how much though. So the strategies that I want to employ here are: 1, putting Americans into Sea Zone 89 so that they can reach into the Med with this harbor. That's number 1. Number 2, pardon me, will be to send a fleet, an American fleet, to Iceland, put a naval base there with the British, sorry, and then begin ferrying troops into Northern Europe from the Americas, convoy style. So we'll see how that goes. I think because of the extreme early game aggression that the Axis have already shown, I think it's kind of unlikely that the Axis are going to be able to pull this out in the end. But you never know, the computer gets a little dastardly sometimes, so we'll see. French non-combat, that's all. The French are just hanging out. They've already been obliterated. Turn 2, Germany takes Greece. They go after the Russians. And, oh yeah, definitely we're going to scramble. We're going to send up everything to dogfight, please. Shoot them down. Yes, please. There you go. Greece gets smashed. The Russian ships, they get smashed. And then the first steps into Russia, the Germans take. Alright, no big deal. Baltic States, Eastern Poland. We can deal with this. We can deal. Oh yeah. Russians will do nothing politically. Very tempted to go north. Very tempted. Alright, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to get a little aggressive with the Russians here. I think I already have 2 fighters, so let me get a second tactical. And let's get 9 men in artillery. Now that I'm making all this war money. And with this war money, I can do this. Beautiful, right? There are 3 guys there, so I'm taking a risk. I might not be able to kill all 3 guys at once. So, I'm a little bit worried about that, but I think I'll be okay. And I think I should attack that. Send all 10 men up to Karelia. Just to hang out. And let's pull back from the Ukraine and all these other places. Okay. We're going to be doing convoys there. Of course, I can't get through the Denmark Straits without owning Denmark. Germany could give me permission, but let's not get crazy here. Obviously, that's never going to happen. I actually don't have a lot of faith in these 15 men against these 7 guys, but okay, Baltic states. Yeah, definitely let's retreat. That was pretty bad. Iraq. Alright. Okay, good. That was much better. Oop, I accidentally zoomed in there. Not sure what happened. Let's go ahead and zoom back out, please. 75. Alright. You know, I think that's as good as can be expected. Okay, cool. That extra money having okay, just making sure they can't like rush right through there and attack that. They cannot. Having that extra money from Iraq is a massive, massive difference in this game. Really is. Now let's just put the extra 8 men in Russia. In Moscow. Now for the Americans again. 3 of those. And I'll need yeah, that's fine. Still can't leave, right? So doesn't really matter what I do. Non-combat, done with non-combat. Let's put everything right there. Whoa. Are we at war right now? Game. Show political panel. Yeah, Americans are neutral. But it gives me 2020. Huh, weird. Alright, whatever. British. So I told you my strategy with the Americans. 3 tanks there. However, with the other powers, my plans are pretty standard, really. Hold out with the Russians. Obviously, I'm going for Scandinavia, which many people, I believe, would probably say it's unnecessarily aggressive. And, you know, I tend to agree with them, honestly. But, yeah, it's okay. You know what? I'm actually going to go for a industrial complex. A minor... Oh, sorry, that's a major. Minor factory. Where is it? There it is. And another bomber. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. Alright, British combat move. Let's go ahead and bomb Western Germany again. You know what? Let's bomb France. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. And for sure, let's sink that, right? Alright, everyone get on the boats and go on across. I can hunt down that submarine later. I'm not too worried about it. Send those north and they can defend from the northern air base. And I feel like I should sink. Alright, sorry, I should sink. I should, I feel like I should kill that guy. Don't you think? It feels like the right thing to do. It feels like it makes sense. So now I can amphibious assault, you see. Alright, these guys will just run right up. And next turn they'll be in Egypt. I think everyone underestimates. I didn't run over there. I always forget that. I think everyone underestimates how easily you can get troops into Egypt from southern Africa. It's really not that far away if you're building fast attacks. There's only 2 turns. Okay. I think that's it for combat. Conducting. Oh, they shot me down. Ruthless. Okay, well I took out Italian Somaliland. And with the non-combat of the British, I shall... Oh, take these guys off the boats for sure. Okay. Done. Put a base there. Let's put 2 guys there and another transport. And good thing I built another bomber, right? I just lost my bomber. Going after France. France was too dangerous. It's just too dangerous. You know, this is something that I always commend the Italians for being able to do when the computer plays as the Italians. But when I play as the Italians, I can never manage to do this. The computer always finds a way to be useful in the war against Russia. Like taking Ukraine right there, or Western Ukraine, sorry. It's not like that's an imperative thing to do. It's not huge, but it's important enough. The Germans are going to be able to walk right in there now. Bang, bang, boom, you know? We're going to go stand there just to be awkward. Because why not? I think that's it. Done with the French. Let's go on turn 3. Let's see what the Germans do. Okay, yeah, natural. Makes sense. They went south. That's good for me. Well, we'll see actually. I'm not so sure anymore. They seem to have an army on both fronts, north and south, which is kind of annoying. Done with Russian politics for sure. The Russians can't do much. They don't have a lot of money. Damn, if I had those men there, I could counterattack, couldn't I? I can counterattack Bessarabia. They're Belarus. Sorry. I can definitely do that. I'm gonna lose Ukraine. I have enough money to buy 15 men. That's probably the right move. Okay. Let's start heading north again. Bringing my stuff north. Let's hit Belarus on the way. 3 of them and 3 of them. 5 men will take that. The rest of them will move back. Okay, I'm gonna move him here just a block. I get worried. When people can just run right through. Yeah, I'm gonna block Ukraine as well because I'm not gonna build anybody there. And this tank is gonna run through Persia, of course, and then up to northwest Persia. This way, I'm getting maximum money for the Russians, and I'll be taking Finland this turn as well. So nothing to worry about there. Suppose I should send these guys just to make sure it gets taken. You know what? I'm gonna make doubly sure. I'm gonna send 10 guys there. Yeah, it's probably too much. That's probably too much. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I might be making a huge mistake here, but just don't know. Belarus. Smashed. We got 2 hits. Lucky, but okay. He got no hits against those northern troops, so I like that. And I'm gonna, just hang out in Bryansk. If he wants to get daring and attack with just those 12 units and some airplanes, he can do that if he wants. I think that's gonna go badly for him. But, and non-combat, take Persia. Thank you very much. Done. I should be getting crazy money now. 3 there for sure. 3 there for sure. And 9 guys there. Excellent. Look at that, $50 for the Russians. The Russians are very dangerous all of a sudden. The Americans have 3 transports. I'm gonna need 3 more. And an aircraft carrier. And a man. Combat. Still cannot move. So we're still not at war. So in that case, nothing to do. Done. Done. Okay, America is now in the war. Beautiful. We're making $60. Damn, that's a lot of money. The British are done with their moves. Or sorry, they're done with their politics. $37 is a lot of money. Oh yeah, I bought a complex in Egypt. Of course, Egypt gets 3 tanks, and South Africa gets 3 tanks. Okay, cool. Put those guys on there. Put them onto one and him on the other. Actually, let's not do that. Let's put both of them onto one and him onto the other. 1, 2. Actually, just move them there. Let's put them all together. All my guys together. Look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yep, let's go after Western Germany. And hell, I might as well move south. Yeah, let's just drop 1 guy in Holland, Belgium, just to be annoying. And hang out. Sink him. Move 3 of them back. Cool. Oh yes. The Allies are stationed off of Egypt, ready to launch a massive invasion of southern Europe. The Italians have held the Med for only 3 turns. How much longer can they hold it? I am not so sure. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need that factory to be bombed. Yeah, 8 damage. Beautiful. Come on. Get him. Get him. Yes. Non-com. Take all the troops off there. 7 men. 2 artillery, a mechanized and 2 tanks, and a French guy. That's quite the force. Three more tanks. And 3 more tanks down here. That's huge. That really is. I mean, we're talking about 6 tanks into Africa is such a massive armor investment. There's such a huge difference between 3 tanks and 6 tanks. 3 tanks and 6 tanks in Europe or in even in Southern Asia means nothing. But in Africa, the difference between 3 and 6 tanks, it might as well be 3 tanks and 500 tanks. Because of how incredibly difficult it is for Italy to put troops into into Africa, especially sub-Saharan Africa. French. French will keep moving. Keep moving troops. Ooh, Transjordan's been taken. I don't appreciate that. I sure don't. We're gonna put a fighter on Gibraltar, please. Just because I already have all 3 fighter spots used in United Kingdom and he's not doing anything, so might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it for the French. Done with the French. Turn 4, Germany. Turn 4, Germans. What will they do? Really? Really? Yeah, of course. And shoot him. Yeah, of course. Really? What? I killed one guy? I killed one guy defending Finland. 8 men. I lost 8 divisions of Russian infantry. And I killed 1 German. How elite are these Germans? Can someone tell me? Well, $50. Huh. We just get 8 tanks. Not gonna lie, I'm tempted. Huh. 6 tanks and 4 men. What do you think? Or 5 fighters? Should I go Fortress Moscow? 5 fighters into Moscow, and then I could probably get 30 or 40 men there. And bleed the Germans slowly. It's possibly a good idea. I'm not totally convinced, though. I could put a complex in Western India. You know, okay. I think I might actually do that, honestly. Because once, that's the thing with the, that's the thing with the British is, if you take Northern Africa, but let's say there's a strong Axis presence in Southern Europe, like let's say the Italians have strong ground forces or the Germans have strong air force, Southern Italy, for example, stationed, then the last thing you're going to do is sell your British fleet in. However, as the British, you're perfectly content just taking Northern Africa from the Italians, sinking any silly Italian boats, or at least forcing them to remain hidden in their docks, and then turning your attention to southern, southeastern Europe, going in through the Caucasus Mountains. So I think that might be a strategy that I go with right now, honestly. Yeah. Okay, I am going to go Fortress Moscow. Since the attacking Scandinavia was a complete disaster, truly. Let's go. Everyone to Moscow, please. Everyone to Moscow. I already have 4 airplanes. It's damn good for the Russians. The Russians do not usually have an air force. All right. Non-combat. I mean, that's strong already. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how well equipped the Germans are when they arrive. But I'd be surprised if they're not, seriously challenged by this. Okay, I need one of them, and 3 of those, please. All right. And let's see here. Done. Let's zoom in a little bit because I want to make absolutely sure I have what I think I have, because I'm bringing all this. Ooh, so I need a lot more men. 3, 5, 6, 7. So I need 7 men, so I need another 4 men. There we go. All right, done. And the Americans are gonna sail right there and invite an attack so we can counterattack. Nope, nope. I'm gonna definitely fill those up, please. Let's put that fighter on there. Let's fly him over, of course. And there's no other German ships in here, right? The Atlantic is entirely allied. Let's zoom back out. This is too close. You're too close, man. All right, American non-combat. We'll just drop there. Cool. The British. Done with politics for sure. And you know, what could the British use? They definitely need another fighter over here, don't they? Let's get another fighter and 2 more, and let's get a minor complex for West India. Done. And now let's super aggressively attack outward. Sweet. Let's bomb that again. Bomb it every single turn, that's right. Oh, let's definitely attack Normandy. I mean, it's just sitting there. Just so attackable. That looks good, right? Looks good, looks good. Oh, I see. I think I see what's going on here. If I click the center, Jesus. Sounds like there's an airplane about to hit my house. If I click the center mouse button. Can you guys hear that? Crap. Anyway, if I click the center mouse button, it zooms me in and out. So that's good to know, at least for the future. A little hotkey action there. Yes, definitely, of course. Conduct naval bombardment. I got 6 damage there. Beautiful. Transjordan. Taking some losses, no big deal. Alexandria. Took 1 loss. Means nothing. Nothing. No losses taken. Taken Normandy. Walked right in. Beautiful. Oh, and let's... Eastern Persia, please. Oh yeah. The Axis are in a bad way right now. They really are. There's a bunch of trouble coming for them. You know, they definitely have some presence in Eastern Europe that I'm a little worried about, but I think I'll be able to handle it. And they're going to continue to take back these territories. Nothing I can do about that. They were very, very cautious there, only sending 1 destroyer. Smart. Bastards. This fleet looks impressive, but it's not. It's because there's 3 transports. Having a bunch of transports does not make a fleet big. Done with politics, yep. Let's see if I can sync him with that. Now let's start going north with the French. Done. Oh man, come on, French airplane. You can't even do that. Jesus. Round 5 with the Germans. Ooh, Rostov, Bryansk, Belarus, Novgorod. They attack along the entire front. Devastating, really. I think I'm going to have to start exclusively buying units for Moscow, since Volgograd is compromised. Five men, 5 tanks. Exactly how much money I have. Ooh, this is looking a little sketchy. Looking a little sketch. It's alright. About to have Fortress Moscow up and running. And I'm going to be sending 3 fighters from West India. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. I should put an airbase there. Yeah, Russians are not doing any combat. Alright. It's looking a little sketch-tastic, I agree. But I think it's going to be good enough. 38 men, 10 tanks already in Moscow, and 4 airplanes. I gotta say, I think that's good enough. You know, I actually think I could probably march out next turn. I think I might, actually. Americans will not be doing any politics, but Americans will be buying another aircraft carrier. And they will be buying 2 more subs, another bomber, and another 2 airplanes for the aircraft carrier. He's gonna go there and meet these guys. Undo that. All right, come on. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Did I miscount this? You gotta be kidding me. Did I miscount that? I always miscount. How do I miscount? No, I didn't. I didn't miscount. I don't have enough transports. I need 1 extra transport. I can just leave some guys behind. It's no big deal. Let's go ahead and sync that, please. The Americans will also bomb Western Germany. That's right. Never leave them alone. Never give them 1 second of rest. 5 damage. And he killed both of those submarines. That is the absolute hero of this war so far. I mean, come on, man. 2 subs. And a French airplane. Impressive. Done. Now the British are going to... don't have a lot of money. Get a harbor, please. Damn. British are broke. Let's get 3 fast attacks as well. Yeah, let's move right on through. And this guy can reach here. Why can't he? Okay, I just took those territories, didn't I? And they took Malta back. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, well, we're going to bomb Western Germany. Over and over again. No matter how many times it takes, we're going to hit Western Germany. I can actually drop 6 troops into southern Italy right now. That's tempting. That's very tempting. I think it's probably better to drop in Greece, though. And I'm going to attack his fleet. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to get 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to go for it. Everybody except the transports, please, is going to attack that fleet. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 different boats, please. 1, 2. And we'll take one of them as well. And we're going to go up here and we're going to liberate Greece. Look at that. How you like them apples? Huh? Look, you see how quickly the war in the Mediterranean and Africa cascades away from the Axis, I mean? The Axis can so quickly lose control. I mean, completely lose control of their holdings in these areas. And I think we're going to take, definitely can't take Normandy, but we're going to jump into Holland, Belgium again. Just to be pains in the ass. All right. Did not get shot down. Thank you very much. Ooh, ooh. They only got 1 hit. I'll lose destroyer. Ooh. We took them out. They got 2 hits. You know, do I lose the aircraft carrier? My guys can land. Oh, my guys can land? I don't think they can because I did just... Ooh, this is difficult, man. Because I just took Tobruk in Libya. So I don't think my guys can land. I really don't. Huh. If I lose the battleship, then I lose the planes anyway. If I lose these 2 supporting ships, then they'll just attack me. I guess I'll lose the supporting ships. But, pardon me, that's a massive target. I mean, they're going to run right out and sink that. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to put a harbor in Iceland, please. And 3 more fast attacks here that are going to go into southern Russia. Done. Done and done. The pressure on the Axis right now is absolutely brutal. I mean, they're taking it from all sides. They're getting bombed, they're getting invaded, they're losing territories. The Italians basically don't exist anymore now that they lost their fleet. The French, oh, the French. The French will just keep moving. There you go, that's what the French do. Non-combat. Turn 6 Germany. It's not looking good for the Germans. It is not looking good for any of these guys. Yep, Maxim. And we shoot him down? Oh yeah, 3 times in a row. I don't know what he's doing dogfighting 3 to 1. Bad idea, man. And I think the Russians are definitely going to have to strike outward this turn. Because the Russians, I said, right? Because they're making so much money. I mean, why wouldn't I? Done with Russian politics. $36. That's right. That's the song. Yeah, I like that. 8 men, 2 tanks. Just use up all the money. Two there, two there. And then let me get 20 more men, please. Going south, as well as all of the tanks. Going south. Yep. Just like that. Just like that, the war can turn. I think this these Russians might be going right to Berlin. That's right. I'm gonna send them all. Yeah, they can walk over, but I mean, it's gonna be another two turn. I mean, it's gonna be another turn. I mean, they're gonna go over this turn. I place 10 guys there. They move over. I place another 10 guys, and that army in Belarus is no longer a threat. Look at that, skadoosh right there, just like that. I've always thought Russia in this game is a little too strong, honestly. Yeah, I can see the idea that, like, well, the Russians, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 but don't you think they're a bit too strong? I mean, they seem to be able to afford just about anything, which is, it seems counterintuitive to what their character is supposed to be in this game. You know, their character is supposed to be, like, kind of downtrodden. Oh hell, they don't have anything on it. Oh well, they do have that one guy. So I'll play it just a little bit safe for a little while. Alright, let's send all the Americans into the Med. Or sorry, into the British Channel. Yep. And let's take Holland, Belgium, I suppose. And let's bomb them again. Why the hell not, right? What? Oh, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, didn't I have troops there? I know I'm not imagining that. Okay, so the way that this should work, these guys drop here this turn. Next turn, the empties go back. These fulls come here. These fulls go there. Oh, I need 2 more transports, don't I? Crap. Did not work this out properly, but now I know. Trial and error. Ooh. 2 for 2. All right, the British, I mean. Americans, British, whatever. Well, they didn't attack me, so go support ships. Oh, ooh, battleship. Yeah, let's get rid of that and do 2 destroyers. Battleship and 2 destroyers for the Med. And geez, look at how weak they are. It's unbelievable, really. Oops, zoomed in again. Oops, zoomed out. Sorry, everybody. There we go. And I am going to Yeah, I'm gonna move my British to the Med. Into the Med. Beautiful. Be able to take back all of Northern Africa in one turn. Go ahead and hit Western Germany again, over and over and over and over again. Cool. Albania and Bulgaria will be mine. Pressure here, man. The pressure. That's what this game's all about for the Allies. It's just applying so much pressure that the Axis just can't handle it, and they crumble and they fall to pieces. Tunisia? Oh yeah. Doesn't matter. I lost a couple tanks. Who cares? Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, not done with non-combat. He has to move back. But I believe that's it. And more boats. Not that they need it, but gonna be doing some convoying soon. So I want to have a nice strong force that they're not gonna just wipe away. Or if they do try to attack it, it would be suicidal. I have no problem with the Axis throwing away a large air force trying to destroy my troops. No problem with that at all. Done with the French, always done with the French. Let's be honest here, these French guys are not going to accomplish anything. They're not even going to get anywhere. Look at that. Look at the balls on this guy. 3 times in a row. Now I shot him down again. 4 times now. Yep. That's one thing I do love about the computer. You gotta give it to the computer. It never ever gives up. It doesn't care if it's winning or losing, or if it's perceived to be winning or losing. It will never give up. And I really love that. Huh. Okay. I think that's the only way I'm going to be getting 10. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, definitely sending them there. Give me another 5 of them, please. We're going to go there with 2 tanks. Yeah, send 8 men there. Ooh, this is a bad idea, actually. Okay. I think this is a bad idea because I think the computer kind of wants me to have that reaction where I split my forces in all directions. Because if I split my forces the way I was just thinking about doing it, I think that they would be able to counterattack rather successfully. And I cannot allow them to do that. So I'm going to send 4 men against those tanks, supported by full airplane complement. Gotta take out the guys behind me in Samara. Take Volgograd back. But taking back Volgograd is really just symbolic. I'm going to go after Rostov. I'm going to force an engagement with these 2 armies here. They can attack me or I'll attack them. Either way, there has to be a battle. I want to remove their southern armies. In the north here, I'm probably going to just hang out. I would even feel comfortable sending back some tanks. And sending back some men as well. Okay. Yeah, it makes this southern army of the Russians more vulnerable, certainly. That's true. But there's only so much you can do. Samara. Come on, gotcha. Okay. Rostov, of course. Volgograd. Gotcha. Lost one, guys. Okay. All right, beautiful. Done. Put 10 more units in there. All right. I think that's probably safe from attack. Sort of. Probably sort of. The Americans are done. The Americans, they need more transports, don't they? Yeah, that's good enough. All right, now that the Americans are here, let's try out this strat. Okay, move there. Yeah, a full complement comes back up. Oop. Keep doing that. Okay, sweet. That's right, hitting them with 2 each time now. And I got 2 more behind it. Things are about to get very painful for the Axis. Very painful. You know, they might actually attack Moscow here just out of desperation. They can only reach with 2 airplanes. Talk about desperation. I mean, they lost 4 airplanes in a row trying to strategic bomb London, which is just a disastrous result. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that. It really doesn't. Okay, 13 damage. All right, Americans are successful along the line, everywhere along the line. American non-com, yeah, let's definitely move these guys back. But that's it. It doesn't really matter, does it? Because the boats can pull from both land territories, so it doesn't matter where you place stuff there. Which is a nice touch, honestly. I'm gonna get 3 over there and 2 of them. I'm gonna put all that stuff down here. Because I do get a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just attack. I don't necessarily think that I'm gonna beat that. I think I might. I think there's a good chance I'll beat it. But I just kind of feel like I have to. One. Pick him up as well. 2, 3. Drop in Albania, and these guys will start running back. Or sorry, not running back, but running this direction. Okay, that looks pretty good. Albania, let's see the Caucasus first. Ooh, I took 6 hits. Brutal. Very brutal. Must retreat. Must retreat. That was sort of devastating, honestly. I mean, I'll be okay. But the war effort definitely needed. Oh my god, another. That was a devastating loss. I mean, that was shameful. I should have sent these airplanes as well. I mean, they would have just gotten shot down, I suppose. But Jesus. The British are slaughtered on all fronts. Truly, truly slaughtered. I will be flying Allied planes into Moscow pretty soon. French again. I suppose. Suppose you guys just hang out right there. Alright. If the Germans attack, unfortunately, they will win that fight. Alright. Sorry about that, everybody. Just had to deal with a little glitch. Back in with Americans. I think the only thing you missed is that the Germans took northwest Persia. And the Russians counterattacked into Ukraine and Bryansk and Vologda and Kazakhstan. All pretty easy victories, thankfully. Now with the Americans, what will we buy? You know, that's actually a really good question. I don't know. I think let's just go balls out and get a massive invasion force going, huh? That's right, to hell with the old plan. You know, when you're playing on a board, doing plans like this it's so much more fun because it's so much easier to orchestrate an invasion like this and move pieces around a game board, than it is to move pieces around on this digital board. Alright, let's put Americans here and there and everywhere. Four, that's right, all four will bomb that factory. Cool. None got shot down. 20 damage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we sank that hero destroyer, everyone. That heroic destroyer is finally dead. Alright, cool. The British will do nothing. We're just gonna continue sitting right here and convoying, I believe. I guess. No, actually, never mind. We are gonna need 6 of those, please. Done. And we're gonna need to defend Iraq at all costs. Bomb Paris, please. Six damage, nice. Oh, no, go back onto London, please. Alright. I hope this is enough to hold Iraq. If it's not, then the Russians are in trouble. They can reach, and they will. They will go there. Yes, I presume I'll lose Persia. But that's okay, I can take it back. It's nowhere near as important. The Italians are moving around, being sneaky. There's no French left, right? There's just these two guys. Round 8, Germany. Let's see how this goes. Oops. Round 8, Germany. I thought I clicked the button. Will they attack Moscow? No, they will not. They will go around Moscow. Classic. Let's see, the Russians are still making a lot of money. Can this force destroy what's in Western Ukraine? I think it's very unlikely. Can my force back home attack Bryansk? Also very unlikely. Okay, I know what I need. That's right. A tank and 7 artillery. Give me some goddamn attacking ability, please. Now these forces in Ukraine are sort of trapped. You know what? I'm gonna move them. Let's see. I didn't hit that yet. Okay. So I've done this for a reason. I believe that they're going to counterattack and hit Bryansk. And when they do, I will counterattack from Moscow with this new force that I'm going to have here. I'm going to have 10 more artillery, or 7 I think I built, 7 artillery. That'll be 7, 8, 9. That'll be 9 artillery and 8 tanks. Paired with men, that'll be 18 artillery and 8 tanks. That's a sizable force. You know what else I can do here? I can have these tanks go through non-combat. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That is gonna make a big difference, I think. And yes, I will actually have him chill right there, and these 2 tanks will go up instead. Beautiful. So I'm just maximizing my counterattack ability. You know, I like the idea of breaking the German offensive. Because if you can break the offensive, then your enemy really just has very little chance of redeeming themselves. And there's still enough Russians there that they really are going to have to commit to destroying this. Oh, well, crap, maybe not. Well, no, they won't be able to take it with the Italians, so they will have to attack it with the Germans. 14 tanks and 9 artillery, beautiful. It's going to be 18 artillery on attack. That's a lot. That is a lot. What are we looking at over here? Because I need to zoom in a little bit. So I got 9 men and 4 artillery there. Let's get another man, and let's get 6 tanks. 1, 2. Let's get 1 of them, and 1 of them, and 1 of them. 4. 1 of them, and 1 of them. Okay. Cool. You see what I mean? How annoying this is? All right. I'm always going to attack the weaker of the 2 targets. I think it would be obviously suicide to attack this one. Then again, I do have 4 bombers, so I might as well. And I have a battleship and a cruiser that I can attack as well. So, why not, right? Why not? And sometime in the near future, a massive invasion force will be joining us. Oh, damn. 6 on the first. I got 6, 7, 8, 9. Definitely retreat. Alright, well, most of their seawall defense, let's call it, most of that's gone. So that's pretty sweet. Okay, I can fill 12 or so transports. That's a lot. You know, it's not some stupendous amount, but it's enough. It's certainly enough. Okay, cool. Yep, they will be landing in Moscow this next turn. Of course they will. Followed up by 7 tanks and even more tanks behind them. Good to remember. Consistency over here. That's what matters. French do nothing. Round 9. Sorry. Round 10. Will the Germans attack? Yes, they will. They will consolidate their army. Wait, did they lose anything attacking that? Combat, please. Attack in Bryansk. They only lost 3 guys? They only lost 3 guys attacking that. That's unbelievable. That's terrible. Terrible dice rolling for the defenders. Crap. I am no longer feeling confident about this attack. But I'm gonna do it anyway. That's right. That's because I'm Russian, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just attacking. Let's do it. Good, they didn't shoot anything down. Woo! Big hits on both sides. Big hits on both sides. Now, should I retreat? We basically got equal hits. I think I'm gonna remain. I think I'll do one more round. They lost another 18. I lost another 15. Wow, incredibly equal. Okay, let's retreat. Yeah, let's retreat. Oh, definitely back to Moscow, please. Jesus. Who wants to go to Tambov? Beautiful. The German war machine has been ground down brutally. They still have massive artillery battalions, but that's it. They're going to have to bring in much reinforcements. Reinforcements which I can just drop right in, thankfully. The Americans are done with politics, of course, and they will build a... let's see, I'm going to have another... I can fill 12 right now. So I should fill 12, of course. That means there's gonna be 4 left over. And then 2 of these, perfect. Done. Alright. Let's bomb the shit out of them. Ooh, they shot down 2. Yeah, well. Shit happens. How's that for an invasion force, huh? They are going to fall like the vengeful striking hammer of God. And stuff. Okay. Now the British. I'm going to go more invasion heavy with the British, since I no longer believe that the Russians need my help in the land war. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I got plenty defending there. Don't have to worry about that. We're going to put another complex there, right there. Yes. Yep. And yes. Perfect. We'll be in Moscow soon, gentlemen. Here come the Germans, round 11. The Russians will do nothing political, and they will bide their time. They will build more men. The Russians will mess around a little bit, though. Yeah, it felt unnecessary, so just see if I can get some luck here. You know, take back territories that I don't really need to take back, I just want to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, alright, that's okay. Okay. Alright. Pretty lucky, pretty lucky. That's what I like to see. They're fighting for the motherland, okay? It's acceptable. The Russian war machine cannot be stopped. I'm gonna have 6 transports there this turn. So I need another 2 of them, another 2 of them. Let's get 2 more of them. 2, and $10. What the hell am I gonna spend $10 on? I just got 2 of them though. Another 1 of them. 1. Okay, that should be correct. For some reason my math is always wrong, but that should be right. And I can drop this turn as well, so I will. Everything will drop in Normandy, please. We will go ahead and bomb Western Germany. I hope that this can drop on non-combat. Awesome. All right, so Yep, conduct a naval bombardment. Alright, 13 damage. Slaughtered them, of course. Nope, he can't because the guy dropped from his boat. That's okay. Not in any danger of counterattack, not immediate counterattack. Definitely not taking Western Germany. I mean, they got 30 guys there. But I think we'll be okay. Let's look at the money stats. Right now, the Axis are actually making less money? What? I mean, sorry, the Allies are making less money? That's surprising. I would not have called that. Alright, Americans are done. The British. Hell, the British might just start 1, 2. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the British should do, honestly. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to cause as many problems. The hell? What's going on? Oh, I don't have a thingy there. I gotcha. I understand, game. I understand perfectly. Yeah, let's just let's just suicide these British. Why not? Could these guys have reached? Oh, wow, they can. Okay, why not? Oh, can't forget this. Let's definitely bomb everybody that can be bombed. And, I suppose send this fighter somewhere. There's no use up here. Cool. Let's hope I do some real damage in Rostov. Let's get good hits. Oh, that's not good. 6. Oh, for 5. Oh, that's actually not bad. Let's remain 9 hits. That's more like it. Good. I don't mind that I just threw away the British, the British Expeditionary Force from the Middle East, as well as a massive British Air Force, which I probably will miss. But it's all good. Of course. Now I'll have 5 transports in the Med, and I think I can do some serious damage to Southern Europe with 5 transports in the Med. Look at this, the Italians are carrying everything now in the invasion for Russia. The French again, of course. Germany, round 12. The Russians are going to go north and take back Scandinavia. I want Novgorod back. Everyone else goes north. Yep, literally everyone. The Axis in southeastern Europe, they simply don't have what it takes to be a threat to me at the moment. So because of that, I'm gonna move north with a lot of confidence. Pretty supreme confidence, honestly. Okay, let's see where we go from here. At this point, I don't know what to get with the Americans. Complex in Normandy? I already have one. I guess 3 tanks in Normandy. And let's get some planes. Oops. Okay. Let's let's figure this out. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and take. Let's take Norway. Who cares if I lose those transports? Wow, 30 men in France. 13 men. I suppose I won't be liberating France anytime soon. That's unfortunate. Ooh, unless I take the entire army to Scandinavia. Or better yet, Denmark. Wait, how is that better yet? It's not. That's not better yet. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. What if I take the entire army into the Mediterranean? And go after southern Italy. Okay, I have an idea. Let's take everybody back on the boat. Back on the boats. And then down to here. Or maybe north? I don't know. Let's go south. Why not? I'm not in any danger no matter where I go, so it doesn't really matter. And let's bomb the shit out of them again. I want to see 20s, damn it. I want to see 20s. $17, close enough. Oh, I really screwed over those guys. Sorry. Alright, I think this is what I want. I think I'm done. At this point, kind of guessing. You know, I'm in the place mentally where I'm like, maybe I'll need this. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But I will be able to do a double whammy, a double hit onto southern Italy this next turn, which I think should be pretty gruesome. I'm pretty excited about it. There we go, 5-5. Put 3, let's put 2 tanks and a man there. And let's put a tank over there. Nice. Italians get aggressive. That's okay. Done with the French. Going into Germany, round 13, people. Yep. Now the Russians will buy another 8 men, or 7 men and 1 artillery. And they're gonna continue marching. Belarus. Tambov? Oh no. Retreat, please, God. Archangel? Come on, get him. Bryansk. You got him. But we didn't get the territories. Unfortunate. It's all good. This northern territory is all we really wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll be able to reach no matter what. Great. Taking back Novgorod is a priority. Make the Germans lose a bonus. It's always important to take bonuses from your enemy. Man, what am I going to do with these Americans? Yeah, I suppose 10 more transports. That seems reasonable. And yeah, let's go ahead and invade, I suppose. Southern Italy. Can these guys reach? No, they cannot. Okay, they're gonna bomb. This guy will go right through to there and there. Fantastic. All right. Of course, Kentucky naval bombardment, 9 damage. All right. Oh, 8 casualties. Rough. Continue. 1 casualty. Beautiful. Beautiful. $86. It's a lot of money. All right, and we're gonna reinforce with the British. Or I could attack all up and down the coast. Do I reinforce or do I attack up and down the coast? Greece, Albania, Yugoslavia. Ooh, that is tempting. I can still drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into southern Italy. That's not so bad. I mean, you know, it's not great, but it's okay. No, this is a perfect example of when I would love to have that massive British Air Force ready. Having them ready to go right now would be ideal. Being able to throw half a dozen airplanes into southern Italy would be a massive difference. I think the Germans are going to walk right over what I have there. But all that matters is that the Germans are focused on Western Europe, Western and Southern Europe. As long as they're focused on Western and Southern Europe, I'll be all right. All right, done with the French, of course. The French do nothing. Let's see if we can distract the Germans. Nope, we cannot. Yep, they take back southern Italy pretty easily, I might add. Very, very pretty easily, unfortunately. Russians get another 10 men. And they attack. They take Novgorod, which is what matters. Huh, I wonder if I can take Tambov. I wonder if I can hit that. I think those odds are slightly against me. Maybe more than slightly. Novgorod, smash. Place, smash. Archangel, smash. Eastern Poland, taken. Samara, smash. Baltic states taken. The Russian Empire asserts its dominance once more. Oh wait, politics. We will declare war on the true neutrals. Minor airfield harbor. And another one. Minor airfield harbor. Done. And let's drop these troops. Non-combat, of course. I'm not a crazy man. I actually am crazy. Never mind. Because I declared war on the true neutrals. So now with the Americans, what I'm going to do is a Scandinavian fortress. Now that I've reconnected with the Russians, as well as a massive invasion through Spain and Portugal. I know you might be wondering, Brian, why do you keep changing your strategy over and over again? Don't you think it would be more effective to simply do one thing and stick to it? You know, that might be true. But I don't care. You know, I'm actually even going to go north with this fleet. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I will. I'll buy a minor complex for Scotland. And I'll put 9 men into London. Because I'm going to go north with this fleet. And all these troops I have here are going to protect the Russian southern border. Or more likely, they're actually going to attack Turkey. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, the Germans are going to take Spain and Portugal. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. Sweet. That's actually huge, making sure that the whoever you go to war with does not take Turkey, because there's 8 men in it, and 8 men is just so many. Berlin's looking a little weak, a little exposed. Oh yeah. You can see the nervousness. You can see the paranoia. Oh yeah, definitely taking Poland, Western Ukraine, Bessarabia. "14 tanks are gonna roll into Bryansk. They're gonna be supported by 5 men. Absolutely not worried about counterattacks here. "10 men. That's right. I just want to be extra not worried. Karelia. Taken. Bryansk. Taken. Poland is mine. And that money is mine too. Thank you very much. Because Poland was originally Axis territory. I get a $3 bonus for it, just like Iraq, which is why it's so important to keep those territories. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so lucky they don't have an airplane. I forgot to take these Americans off the boat. So lucky. That's right, 20 men. 10 men, 9 artillery. Bam. Huh, yeah, okay. I'll drop these guys in Portugal. I like the idea of taking Portugal as a foothold. Portugal's mine. Alright, excellent. Yeah. Starting to think there's not going to be any opportunity for me to use those Scandinavian complexes. Unfortunately, but whatever. It's okay. Because the British are coming. Non-combat, let's go ahead and... Crap, I should have attacked Saudi Arabia. Forgot about that. Okay, it's alright. It's okay. 11 artillery. Germany, round 16. Poland and Eastern Poland are taken back. Desperate offenses are launched in southern Russia. Oh. The Russians opt for maximum mobility in order to take the fight to the enemy. Alright, that looks pretty good. Samara. Kazakhstan. That was lucky. Rostov. Nice. Tambov. Slaughtered. Ukraine. Good. The last gasp of the Axis. The original Axis invasion. What was that? What was that, 4 years ago? Or wait, each turn is like half a year, right? So it's 8 years ago. 8 years ago, the Axis invaded Russia. And now 8 years later, all they have left is Volgograd, aka Stalingrad? And Novgorod. That would be Stalingrad, right? Ooh, the Swedish slaughtered the Americans. Alright, everybody offload there, please. Beautiful. Now I have another, I don't know, zillion or so. Hey, what the hell is going on here? How come they could only move one space? Hey, these guys only moved once. Bullshit. Bullshit, I tell you. Alright, whatever, doesn't matter. The Americans have such force that they cannot be questioned. Alright, now the British will take Saudi Arabia. Nope, those three guys will go south, please. Sorry about that, everybody. Controller is not controlling so well. Take Greece with just a little skirmishing force. Not actually trying to take it. Not trying to hold it, I should say, but just take it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's not actually do that. Let's just drop one guy in Holland, Belgium. For now. Just for now. And then again... I bet you 10 units could do some damage against this guy. These 15 guys. You know what? In the words of my father, I'm looking for a fight. You know what? I might as well look over here as well. Caucasus. Ooh, heavy losses, but we got him. Normandy. Oh no, I clicked on Greece. Saudi Arabia. Got him. Normandy. Ooh. Okay, alright, fair enough. Those are fair enough numbers. I'm okay with that. Done. Yep, that's good. Perfect, 10-10. The Axis attack outward. A desperate last attack from the Italians. They certainly won't be able to muster much more. Not from that position. I think the Axis are spent in Volgograd. French are done. Yes, of course they're done. Germany, round 17. Alright. Russia's gonna go for fast attacks again. For the rest of the game, probably. Oh, running away are we? Ooh, E. Yep, I'm okay with that. Alright, that looks good to me. Samara. Baltic States. Rostov. Volgograd. Western Ukraine. This one over here was a little closer than I would have liked, but no big deal. Americans. Will continue to attack inward. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Sweden. Please kill the rest of the Swedish. Thank you very much. Southern France. 14 against 9 kills. Good. 10 against 6. Very good. Beautiful. A massive German army defeated in southern France. The Americans are heroes. Sweet. Oh, and what am I doing down here? Yeah, I'll attack that. Bulgaria, this is a sketchy one. Huh. Probably retreat, right? Normandy, take it. Okay, excellent. This next turn I'll be able to drop 100% of the remaining British troops into Europe. Oh Jesus, they just took they just took Afghanistan. And I forgot I have a complex over here. 2 complexes over here. Crap. Alright, gonna go into round 18 here pretty soon. 18 for the Germans. They really hung around all this time. Hanging around. Hanging around. Kids got alligator blood. Ooh. Oh, bloody. Cool. Attacking along all fronts, that's okay. I mean, if this stuff gets taken, I'll just take it back with the Russians, it would look like. It would appear. Send this guy off somewhere where he'll be useful. Caucasus, taken. Eastern Poland, taken. Kazakhstan, taken. Poland! Oh! Got him, nice. Bessarabia. I suppose I should move these guys out. And move these guys to a more useful place. Cool. The Red Army marches forward, unstoppable. Let's see. 22 minus 6 would be 16. Nope, 16 please. 16 is the number I'm looking for. Thank you. And 4 tanks. And a mech, I guess. Six of them. 6 of them. And let me get... Yep. Nope. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, cool. Oh, 7 casualties? Retreat to Spain for sure. Get the hell out of there. What happened, guys? All right, the remaining guys get on that. Onto those transports, please. And then everyone will drop into Holland, Belgium. Meanwhile, these guys will attack into Paris. Yes, good. Beautiful. Come on, get him. Get the last guy. All right, beautiful. France has been liberated. Holland, Belgium is taken as well. And Turkey, yep, is mine. Done with non-combat, I believe, with the British. I do have to say, I think this would be a perfect time to have a large air force ready to land in France. The Axis are truly collapsing. Except Italy. Italy seems to be growing. They've just acquired Western India and a complex. Round 19 for the Germans. Ruthless counterattacks. Paris falls once again. When it comes to the defense of the motherland, the fatherland, I should say, the Germans seem to have limitless resources. However, the Russian war machine is looking nigh unstoppable. The Russians are prepared to not only take the fight straight to Berlin in such a way that the Western powers can't do, but they are also prepared to take back the Middle East from the remnants of that now nearly 10-year-old original invasion force. Truly a sight to behold. All right. I think that's it for the Russian combat. Romania taken. Poland. Oh, Poland lost. Afghanistan taken. Slovakia, Hungary. Oh, wow. Turkmenistan, Northern Persia. Russia non-com. Back to the Americans. At this point, I think they should just buy tanks. I need 11. Isn't it annoying how it picks the ones that can't go? Or that don't have stuff on them? Like it automatically picks the ones that you definitely don't want. Don't know why it does that. And I don't know enough about programming to comment on it. Well, the Americans are going to help out a little bit in defending the Baltic states at the very least. Southern France is now American once it... Oh, nope, never mind. Oh my god, brutal. Southern France and Normandy have been liberated once again. Yeah, look at that. Hell yeah. I saw an opening and I will take it. I think I can take that. Western Germany, knock out a major complex. That's a big deal. I can even bring more troops if I stop by Scotland. Hello, Scottish infantry. Sorry, artillery. Beautiful. Let's do this. Alright, let's do Greece first. Smash Greece. Okay. Western Germany. This is a big one. This will cripple their infrastructure. Beautiful. They needed serious hits in order to win this, and they didn't get them. Oh yeah, only 3 casualties taken. That hurts. That hurts a lot. French. We're about to go on turn 20. Round 20 for Germany. What will the Germans do? They'll take back Western Germany, I presume. Really? Really? They're ignoring Western Germany. That's very strange. No, Iraq has finally fallen. It's truly a race to Berlin now. Oh, yes. Attack everything. Attack and destroy. What is that? Is that a German boat? Did the Germans build a destroyer right there? Those cheeky bastards. Oh my god, the nerve of these Germans. That's unbelievable. They built a destroyer off the coast of Persia. Why? That money couldn't have been better used up in Germany, maybe? Done with Russian combat. Slovakia, Hungary, smashed. Bulgaria, taken. Iraq, taken. Poland, taken. Persia. Persia? Persia? Remain. Persia, taken. Eastern Persia, taken. West India, mine. Yugoslavia. Wow, look at the Russians dominating. The Russians are really powerful in this game. Non-com. Done. Yes, please. Yes, please. And yes, please. Done. The Americans will sail through the Med and invade southern Italy. I mean, what else am I gonna do with them? This is a race to Berlin, people. I don't know why he didn't take back Western Germany. I mean, it seems so silly. I mean, the British are clearly gonna take it now. Maybe I should let the Russians take it. That would be more friendly, wouldn't it? Alright, Germany. Nothing, not one kill. Northern Italy. And I'm okay with that, honestly, because it's their capital and they would defend it. They would defend the shit out of it, and I was way outnumbered. Southern Italy. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It was a walkover in the end. Gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to take those guys off the transports. Whatever. Alright, because I'm a good guy, I'm gonna let the Russians have Berlin. Okay? But the Russians better not forget about this. Oh yeah, I could definitely have taken Berlin with the British right now. I could have. Though I have to say, if, and this is only an if, of course. But I think if it went Cold War right now, I think the Russians would probably take it. Actually, I mean, this Russian force right here would sweep through the Middle East and Africa like that. And yes, America and Britain could continue putting armies into Western Europe. But assuming that we would still have to fight the rest of the Axis, I think Western Europe has more problems than Eastern Europe. And I think the Russians would just continue rolling on forward with their endless lines of tanks. I think the Russians would win. Oops, that was a mistake, but whatever. Albania. Holland, Belgium. I missed with it anyway. Normandy. This is a close fight, and I lost. France. Ooh, see what I mean? There's a lot more resistance in Western Europe than Eastern Europe at the moment. And so if it went Cold War right now, and we still had to deal with the Axis powers, with the remaining forces, I think that Russia would win pretty easily, honestly. British non-com. I'm done. Everything goes in London, please. Straight to the French, because the Italians don't exist anymore. Well, I guess that is a big deal. There's a large American... I mean, it's not that big, though. 6 men, 6 tanks. It's nothing compared to the 25 or 30 tanks Russians have in Eastern Europe. Round 21 is the Germans, by the way. And that German boat is sailing south. Where is he going? That's got Hitler on it. That's how he escaped, everybody. If you don't remember... 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play this as if there is a change. As if there is going to be a game after this. Because there might be. The Russians are going to buckle down. And position themselves in the best possible way just in case they're forced to viciously turn on their allies. All right, let's stop pussyfooting around here and let's just do what needs to be done with certainty. You know, because I absolutely have to take Berlin. So let's take Berlin. Oh my god, yeah, the Russians are absolutely dominant. That's unquestionable. Greece. It's a slaughter. And here we go. The battle for Berlin. The Russians don't have much behind this. But having said that, there's no coming back from this. The Germans, even if they win this fight, they can't win the war. All it is now is who gets the Russians, the German scientists. And it's gonna be the Russians. That's it, everybody. The Russians are going to take those scientists. And you get a complex, and you get a complex, and you get a complex, and you get a complex. I'm like Oprah over here with industrial complexes. And Iraq gets a complex. Do you see? Do you see how unstoppable Russia is? Look at this. $117 now. So what? America's getting 15 tanks. It doesn't even matter. And that is going to be it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around the entire time, I really, really appreciate it. I really want to know what people think about this game, so please leave some comments down below. I'm going to pass over it just quickly now. I was really interested in how the balance in the Middle East seemed to switch so dramatically from one moment to another, where the Allies would be dominating, specifically the British, and then I would turn my attention away from the Middle East for a second, and the Axis would jump in. I think this is because the Axis sent so much of their army south, and they were helped so intensely by the Italians, which I said earlier, I don't know how the computer is able to function so successfully as the Italians, because I'm never capable of doing that. I don't know why, but when I play as the Axis, I always get so obsessed with the Mediterranean and with Africa, with the Italians, that I'm never able to really be of any consequence in the battle against Russia. And because the computer is able to effectively do this, I think that is what makes the computer so dangerous in the struggle with Russia. I think that if the computer played like I play, where they rely entirely on Germany to take Moscow, I think that they just wouldn't be that successful. Because the Mediterranean is such a dangerous place and it's so easy to make mistakes, I think it's better that the computer goes for a land war in Russia rather than a naval and air force engagement with amphibious assaults in the Mediterranean. It's just so much more complicated. And I think the computer can do a land war much more effectively. Having said that, without the Russian involvement in the south, it would have been a disaster. I mean, the Russians, when they moved out, they had to move out. I don't know what turn that was. If I had to guess, I would say like maybe turn 10 or 15. Around between 10 and 15, the Russians moved out of Moscow and began counterattacking in earnest. And I remember that we sent forces south to Tambov and chased the Axis out of Volgograd temporarily. And then the Axis sort of went south into Caucasus, Kazakhstan, and Rostov. And then we chased them into Rostov and then eventually into Ukraine. And at that point, I remember I had a sizable army here, not large enough to survive out there. So I knew I had to bring them back. I knew I couldn't keep marching them. I think if I kept marching that Russian army forward, it would have just gotten picked away, dwindled down, and killed. Eventually, it would have been killed decisively. And I just couldn't have afforded that. And I think I made the right decision moving to Bryansk, sending the tanks through on non-combat to save those 4 tank divisions, and then enabling a decisive battle at Bryansk where I was able to slaughter all of the German cannon fodder. I think they were left with 24 artillery and just 1 or 2 tank divisions and nothing else. And without those infantry, I mean, they just have no bulwark to attack with. The moment they attack, they're immediately losing equipment, which is a bad position to be in as Germany. And so from that point on, I believe they started relying on the Italians much too much. You can't put that much pressure on the Italians. I mean, even when they're played well in a land war in Russia, I still think that Germany needs to do the heavy lifting. And once that happened, I think that they retreated once again south toward Volgograd. And that's when I launched a serious invasion north. All of my remaining forces in Moscow went north because I knew that I wouldn't be threatened by them for at least another turn or 2. And around this time, I was building up serious strength with the British down in the south in the Middle East. And I think I attacked north. I think they moved all their artillery to Rostov. And then I sent my British forces with the Air Force as well, right? And I knocked out at least half of their remaining German forces. And so the Germans had already been suffered a devastating battle. I wouldn't call it a loss because it was very equal what I lost and what he lost. We both just lost a shitload of men. We both lost like 30 men. But then attacking with the British, even though the British certainly got the worst end of that deal financially. The British lost 7 airplanes and probably, I don't know what, 6 or 8 tanks and maybe a couple mechanized. And in exchange, I think they only killed 10 or 12 artillery. However, the Germans needed those units so badly. They needed those units so badly, they were just they were irreplaceable. And for the rest of the game, there was a small Axis force around Volgograd. It was a strong enough force to attack and counterattack and to play the field, but it wasn't a strong enough force to ever threaten Moscow. And because it could never threaten Moscow, I had absolutely free reign. And my army that left Moscow a few turns earlier was much more powerful than anything Germany had in the north. So I was able to walk right through all of Germany's northern forces and take back Novgorod, reconnect with the Americans in Scandinavia. Now, Scandinavia never played much of a role because I went for the true neutral invasion through Portugal and Spain. But had I not done that, I would have developed this more and done 9 tanks each turn through here and then supported that with strategic bombing. In which case, I would have abandoned my navy, which is a bit of a bummer, you know, because the Navy is such a big investment. You have an incentive to continue using it essentially for the rest of the game. Those are the areas that I thought were most interesting. With the British, I think the problem was I just never stuck to a single strategy. And the same thing with the Americans. You know, by the time I got this Iceland strategy working, it was just on too small a scale. I was doing 2 transports at a time, maybe doubled. It would be more effective, but that would be 4, 4, 4, 4. That's 16 transports. I mean, that is an infrastructural investment that the Americans would require at least the first half a dozen turns to build. And I'm just not sure it's worth it, honestly. Because 4 transports, at best, is only 4 men and 4 tanks. Let's see, 4 times 6, that's 24, and 4 times 3, that's another 12. So that'd be $36 a turn to maintain that once it's all built. So let's say best case scenario, you can have it built and ready to go by turn 6, meaning all of the forces are in place. And then from turn 6 on, that's $36 commitment. So then you have a little bit of extra money to play around with, but not enough extra money to do something meaningful with. So like if there was some kind of opportunity that was to arise, let's say maybe a Mediterranean battle or invasion, or maybe a Scandinavian invasion. Well, after you've deducted $36 from the Americans, what are they left with? 20 something? Because I think they only get $60 with their bonuses in this version in the Europe. So you're left with like $24, and that's really just not enough. Especially the Scandinavian invasion is so expensive. Even if you just go with 3 complexes, let's just say you go with 2. Let's say I don't attack the true neutrals. That's $24. You can't take both of them on the same turn, most likely, because you're probably going from Iceland. Or even going from 110, you're not going to take both of them on the first turn. 1, 2, 3. So that means you'll have to take Norway, and then take Finland on the next turn, and that same turn build a complex in Norway. The turn after that, build a complex in Finland. So not only is it slow and expensive, but with only $24, you wouldn't even be able to afford 6 tanks. With $24, you would actually have to ration your money and buy men and artillery. And if it's a situation where Germany goes strong north, the Pripyat marshes are beautiful in this game because it's such a small territory, but it genuinely splits Eastern Europe. It's so beautifully elegant and simple. It genuinely splits Eastern Europe. And so if the Axis went hard north, then a Scandinavian invasion with only $24 would get shoved aside. It would get brushed aside like it was nothing. Thankfully, the Axis went south, hard south, and so did I. I went hard into the Middle East and Africa. I think that taking back Africa in the early game was very effective, and it was very efficiently done. I mean, I think the British really just obliterated the Italian presence in Africa. I think that's because the Italians were kind of dicking around with this side of the Med, and I think that's a mistake that a human player wouldn't have made. I think if a human player was playing, I think they would have seen the investment I was making into Southern Africa, and they would have seen the plays that I was making, and I think they would have gone after Egypt a lot more aggressively to try to get ahead of that problem. Because as the British, you can make Egypt a snowballing problem that the Italians simply can't deal with. If the Italians ignore Egypt for, let's say, even just the first 3 turns, let's say, I mean, if you give me 3 turns where you ignore Egypt and Transjordan, you ignore the Eastern Mediterranean, I'm going to make Egypt a fortress. It's going to have a complex, and it's going to have a dozen units there. And it's going to have a fleet in the Suez. A serious fleet. I mean, if we're playing global, then I'll even bring the fleet over from India, because they're not doing anything over there for the most part. And I'll be transporting guys from South Africa, or I'll be sending fast attacks up if I've got the money. So Egypt becomes a serious, serious problem. Like most European games, the Mediterranean is just so important, it can't be overstated. I did not think that my strategy of sending submarines through the straits was any use. It was pretty meaningless in this game, but that's also because the Italians ignored Gibraltar. By the time I think by the time the Italians would have wanted to go to Gibraltar, they already had too much to deal with in the east. They had gone and invaded Transjordan, and they were, threatening Egypt, or trying to at least. They weren't really, because I had so many units there. But, and it always surprises me how easily European invasions can be fought off by the Axis, but specifically Germany. It always surprises me. It really does. I mean, going into the Med wasn't integral to the Allied victory, I think, in this game. I mean, the Americans specifically. Of course, the British being in the Med was very important. But I think the game would have more or less turned out the same if the Americans had never gone into the Med. I think I just ended it a little more quickly than otherwise. And so, can you imagine if you have, and this is sort of always a fantasy of mine when I'm playing the Axis, imagine that you have a stable position in Russia. Let's say you've pushed the Russians back into Moscow, or at the very least pushed them all the way back to Moscow and Volgograd. Let's say that you have enough forces where the Russians certainly couldn't attack you, and they wouldn't even think about it. And the Italians have created a fortress out of Gibraltar. The Italians have all of North Africa, and they've closed down the Suez. Now you have a completely different situation where I don't believe any amount of American and British commitment to a European invasion would be successful. Because the sheer infrastructure that's required to launch effective invasions is staggering. It's truly it's an all or nothing commitment. And even with all, it doesn't seem to be that effective. I mean, look at what the Americans were dropping. The Americans were dropping, at one turn, they dropped we dropped 16 men and half a dozen tanks in southern Italy. Or we dropped 20 men in Spain or something like that. We're about to drop 12 tanks. And it's not enough. It's all getting battered away. Yes, the Axis are taking serious losses. Now, again, if a human was playing, they would mitigate those losses significantly. However, I still don't think that that's enough to win the war. I think all it is a deterrent. I think that it's a dampener. I think my general rule of thumb with America is I'm okay with losing $3 for every $1 that the enemy loses. So I'm okay with throwing $60, 60 American dollars at Germany and taking 20 German dollars away. I think that's an extreme example. I think that if you can get 2 for 1, then you'll almost certainly win the game. If you get 1 for 1, then you're gonna absolutely steamroll the Axis. But the problem is getting those trades is just so difficult. You know, you'll often get trades that are much worse than that, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, because you're attacking, and it's so easy for them to batter you away with a counterattack. And you have to include the investment in infrastructure. Look at this, I have 27 transports with the Americans, not to mention a massive fleet to defend them. And that's not even a big fleet. If humans were playing, the fleet would need to be much more powerful. You would need to increase the power of that fleet 30%. Probably 3 more destroyers, another cruiser, another aircraft carrier. Because you know the human Axis players are going to go after the fleet. That's going to be their first goal. Because if they can sink the fleet, then they get ahead of the problem. And so they see me start building a fleet, maybe they start building submarines. And now we're in an arms race. And we're in an arms race that is against the Americans. They're always going to have the disadvantage because not only do I need to build a normal fleet, but I need to build a fleet that's so powerful, it's unattackable. It's not just a fleet, it's a mega fleet. Because it has to defend massive amounts of transports and transported goods like men and equipment. Whereas the Italians or the Germans, they just need to build a bunch of fucking submarines. Submarines, bombers, what have you. So that's another thing with the British. They're just not making enough money for this, you know. Even at this point in the game where they're making $40, $40-something dollars, you know, let's see what they're making, $45, which is, you know, just illogical. So let's assume that's more reasonable. Let's say that's $30 or $32 or whatever they have when they don't own all these extra bits. With $30, you're not going to be launching any real invasions. You know, $30 committed entirely to entirely through London into an invasion. It's not enough to really be consequential. I believe that you could probably be doing that from very first turn. You could probably be doing that from turn 1 and not actually stop Germany from getting to where they're going. So let's say that you had a game where America is just totally ineffective and they're just irrelevant. And let's say that England's able to keep one of its fleets from the beginning and it's not worried about counterattack. And so it immediately builds some transports, and then from turn 2, England dumps 100% of its money into an invasion force, and then dumps that invasion force in Western Europe, in either Normandy or Holland, for the rest of the game, every turn. I believe that with Germany alone, but certainly if Germany and Italy are working together, I think that they can batter away that invasion force 100% of the time for the rest of the game and still march toward Moscow and take it. Because I just don't think the invasion force is that consequential. So, in hindsight, I won't be trying that Iceland strategy again. I think the Central American harbor strategy would work probably better with a global game because you guys can go both directions, but not only that, but you have more money. So my plan was to build that and 6 submarines right off the bat and then never build any more again. Just have the 6 sitting here as a deterrent to make sure that if he ever sails his fleet here, it can get sunk immediately. But I'll probably try that again in a global game. I probably won't try Iceland again. Maybe. I'll think about it. But I really don't like the idea, honestly. Maybe I'll do Iceland, but into Norway. Or something like that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Once again, I've been Dudeicle. You've been awesome. thank you so much, and have a great day. Please leave any and all comments down below. Let me know what you think about this game specifically, but also Axis and Allies in general. If there's a specific game or a custom game you'd like me to play, tell me. I would love to play them. I love playing custom games. I think I might convert this one into a Cold War game and then start it anew. And of course, I'm going to have to be the Allied powers fighting the evil Russian monster. Maybe I'll be Russian. Looks a lot more fun, honestly. Thank you all for watching. Take care. I've been Dudeicle. Bye-bye.